Collective. Forbidden knowledge has always been available to the chosen few. While ignorance has held sway over the many, Coptic sage on the sacred road journey manifests an end to said ignorance. Enjoy the journey. Okay, Collective. So in our last episode, we explored the world of 15th century Milan with the Visconti-Sforza Chariot deck. The creation of this deck was an important event for tarot collectors and researchers of art history, as these rare cards have been reproduced in authentic color tones from the extant Visconti-Sforza Chariot deck dating from the mid-15th century. Now, the earliest pack of tarot cards with numbers on the 22 major arcana is a French deck by Catelyn Joffre, possibly prepared between 1556 and 1557. The same sequence is still popular today, and the cards of the Visconti-Sforza pack are neither numbered nor titled. We have adopted the Joffre sequence for the following presentation of cards. Now, this would probably be a good time to go through the tale of the Fool's Journey or the Hero's Path. However, the divinatory meanings may be of more significance right now. Waite deck. All cards presented in upright. Fool. New beginnings. The Magician, manifestation. High Priestess, intuitive. The Divine Couple, Empress and Emperor, fertility and structure. The Hierophant, tradition. The Lovers, your choice. The Chariot, control. Strength, bravery. The Hermit, introspection. Wheel of Fortune, cycles. Justice, cause and effect. The Hanging Man is gaining a new perspective. Death, the end of a cycle. Temperance, the middle path. The Devil, materialism. The Tower, sudden upheaval. The Star, rejuvenation. The Moon, illusion. The sun, success. The world, completion. Judgment, a reckoning. Okay, fellow seekers, on to the next section of this video. Before I do the usual critique on tarot decks, this one being the Rider-Waite deck, I would like to actually read an excerpt from a book called The Tarot of the Bohemians, the most ancient book in the world for the exclusive use of initiates by Papists. This is from a French document that was translated by A.P. Morgan. It was published in 1896. Now, in the introduction, it goes through various sections dealing with the occult, secret societies, you name it. There's one section here that I find rather interesting, and it adds to the lore of the use of the cards. This section is called The People. And here's how it goes. The sages were under no illusion respecting the possible future of the tradition, which they confided to the intelligence and virtue of future generations. Moses had chosen a people to hand down through succeeding ages the book which contained all the science of Egypt. But before Moses, the Hindu initiates had selected a nation to hand down to the generations of the future the primitive doctrines of the great civilizations of the Atlantides. The people have never disappointed the expectations of those who trusted it. Understanding none of the truths which it possessed, it carefully abstained from altering them in any way, and treated the least attack made upon them as sacrilege. Thus, the Jews have transmitted intact to us the letters which form the Sefer of Moses, but Moses had not solved the problem so authoritatively as the Tibetans. It was a great thing to give the people a book which it could adore respectfully and always guard intact, but to give it a book which would enable it to live was yet better. The people entrusted with the transmission of the occult doctrines from the earliest ages was the Bohemian or the Gypsy race. They go further here. Here it goes. So the Gypsies possess a Bible which has proved their means of gaining a livelihood, for it enables them to tell fortunes. At the same time, it has been a perpetual source of amusement, for it enables them to gamble. Yes, the game of cards called the tarot, which the Gypsies possess, is the Bible of Bibles. It is the book of thought, the book of Adam, the book of the primitive revelation of ancient civilizations. Thus, while the Freemason, an intelligent and virtuous man, has lost the tradition, whilst the priest, also intelligent and virtuous, has lost his esotericism, the Gypsy, although both ignorant and vicious, has given us the key which enables us to explain all the symbolism of the ages. Now, I know what's being said here in this book. It states the term gypsy, which may have been an acceptable term in its time, but from the people I've met here in Europe, the term gypsy is a derogatory term. They much prefer to be called Roma, and so from here out, that will be the term that I use. Now, let's get on with the critique of the Rider-Waite tarot deck. This is the traditional size of a 78-card deck. Original drawings are by Pamela Coleman Smith under the direction of Arthur Edward Waite. This is from a pamphlet that comes with my deck, and in it there's an introduction, and here we go. The introduction is written by Stuart R. Kaplan. Dr. Arthur Edward Waite, 1857 to 1942, was a genuine scholar of occultism. whose published works include the Holy Kabbalah and the Key to the Tarot, first issued in England in 1910. Waite utilized symbolism as the key to the tarot pack. In the Key to the Tarot, he writes, "The true tarot is symbolism. It speaks no other language and offers no other signs." Further down it says, "The precise origin of tarot cards in antiquity remains obscure. Court de Gebelin," I think I butchered that, writing in Le Monde Primitif in 1781, advances the theory that tarot cards derive from an ancient Egyptian book, the Book of Thoth. Thoth was the Egyptian Mercury, said to be one of the early kings and the inventor of the hieroglyphic system. Gebelin asserts that it is from the Egyptians and the Roma that tarot cards were dispersed throughout Europe. The emergence of tarot cards in Europe predates by over 5 centuries the work of Waite. Now, as far as the critique on these cards, oh my goodness. On the back of the deck, you do have the hash marks, the plaid-like pattern done in blue, black, and white. Absolutely beautiful colors. The front of each card, very vivid in colors. As a matter of fact, the artwork reminds me quite a bit of Jack Kirby art in the comic books of the 1960s, the golden age of comics. Obviously, this would predate the golden age, and maybe the golden age comics were influenced by these cards. The artwork is very similar, very vivid colors, beautiful depictions of each sense that they're trying to represent here. Looking at the Tower card with the crackling lightning going in and destroying that crown chakra, opening up the way for people to jump out to save themselves. Beautiful card. Looking at the number 6, the 6 of Cups card, man, it's very touching seeing the 2 young children coming together in love, memories, trip down memory lane. The card that we all know the Rider-Waite deck for is the Magician card. Here it is, one hand up, one hand down, as above, so below. The young magician with the infinity sign above his head and all the devices of all the different suits in this deck. Beautiful card. And of course, for me, the most powerful cards in tarot are the feminine energy cards. And here is the High Priestess with the moon, with the blue colors, with Boaz and Joachim. Very Masonic symbolism in here. And of course, when I say Masonic symbolism, it's really esoteric symbolism. The Masons got it from some people. And it sort of backs up the text that I was reading before from the Bohemian Tarot, written in 1896. So it's a commonly known issue that this is something that comes from very, very old and upstanding tradition. And I wish you to join me on the next episode as we go a little deeper into the world of tarot, as we explore the minor arcana and another deck. Peace.